Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Happy Election Day in the USA.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Game day. Let's get it on.
Get to
Let's dance.
the polls.
Let's dance,
baby.
Nobody does that better than
You want to dance? Let me ask you this. Is Applied Connect available today?
Oh, they're busy.
They're busy.
Oh, they're not.
Yesterday, my nephew's point that Jake said, if you try calling them, they're busy.
I wouldn't try calling today.
I wouldn't
Try
call
tomorrow,
today.
maybe. Tomorrow,
Maybe.
potentially.
Although
s-
tomorrow
probably
could be crazy.
It might be busier tomorrow.
Yeah,
actually, before the-
They
That might be the bad
Just
day.
call next week. Call next week if you have a hack.
But they've sent out, as Steve pointed out, that Applied Connect has sent out physical security. So they have, it's like a big bus of bouncers going out checking IDs across the nation. Hold it. Where at, Steve? Where are they looking for?
The swing states.
The swing states.
They got to concentrate on the swing
They
states.
do. The swing states is where
That's
everything's
where it
going
could get
down.
low, yeah.
Look for Applied in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin today. And
Wisconsin, they're heavy in Wisconsin.
maybe Michigan,
today.
possibly.
Yes.
Applied
They're
Connect
eating.
is a...
They're drinking old fashions and eating cheese curds and.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That does
cheese
sound
curds
pretty
are really
good.
God,
There's
you
a-
guys-
Yeah, send me to Wisconsin too. I'm going to Wisconsin today also.
There's-
Cheese curds and brats and beer.
There's a place on the square, just called, and the name of the restaurant is the Old Fashioned,
I've been there.
and it's incredible. It is, and that's the best cheese curds you can get in Madison.
Where's that
anyway.
at?
It's right on the square,
It's
right
near the
by
Capitol.
Near the Capitol,
Right
yeah.
by the Capitol.
Right by the
building.
Capitol.
Really?
It's also where I was freaked out there one time. I was there with my cousin and her daughter because she went to Marquette, and so we're just talking. All of a sudden, I see just a bunch of probably like 15, 16-year-olds having a beer. And you can do that. If you're in Wisconsin, if you're with your parents, you can drink.
No
They
kidding.
have the best rules up there. They really do.
Jake would fit in very well.
Jake would have been.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for something. You
Tell
that?
us, Steve.
What's
you
that?
turned me on to old fashions.
Yeah.
No, that was
You did,
more
yeah.
Bill. That was more Bill than me.
Yeah, you did.
I'm
I
still
did
new
not-
to those two.
I always kind of thought of them as like a fruit drink or
Fruit
something.
drink. What?
Yeah,
Fruit-
I don't.
yeah, yeah.
I just.
That's the
What-
furthest thing from a fruit.
Also,
Right.
I
They're
think.
really good.
Also, I think you sound very adult. Just give me the old fashioned. I mean, you sound very adult when you do.
There's
that.
a high respect level when you order.
Yeah,
that.
there's
Okay,
a
this
respect.
guy's got something going on over
Those
here.
are legit good.
Yeah, try it. Just change one up one time because I talked about this in Wisconsin. It's the brandy old fashioned instead of bourbon. They do brandy.
Brand.
Yeah, and that's the main way. You'd have to order it special in Wisconsin. You have to say, I want to give me one that's bourbon, because they'll if you
But
just
you
say, give me
say
an
get
old,
one brand.
you'll get one brandy. If you're any other state, you're getting one bourbon. You have to special order brandy.
Do they even make them in L.A.?
I think so.
He almost laughed.
I think they do.
He
I think they
paused.
do.
L.A. is a little strange, but yeah, I'm going to try.
Where are you staying at in LA?
I don't know. That's
That's
a
gotta
Marriott.
I mean,
somewhere
you've been
Marriott.
going like to college towns. You've been going to Bloomington.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been going to all
Well, we stayed in Indianapolis
That's-
twice.
Oh, never mind.
Which isn't exactly college.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
college town.
But my point of it is
Yeah.
that the LA is not really much of a college town.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
It's 12.5 million,
You know,
and UCLA will usually get about 25-30K for a game.
okay.
Yes, it's kind of where they're at.
The USC campus is in a nice area, though.
That's a rough one.
Okay, guys, it's election day, and Jake has his American hat
I have
on.
an American hat on.
America.
Today. Got my Nebraska ball jacket and my American hat.
Yes.
This is how you dress on election day right here.
Are you celebrating the victory?
I will. Well,
Jab
next-
Jake
next
last night
segment.
text 1-0.
Next segment.
Good. I mean,
That's
I
part of the
wanted to-
chat. We had people were concerned. I received many panicked texts at halftime. I said, "It's game one. Weird stuff happens. They're gelling."
What was the score?
Yeah. How about me? I was the voice of reason last night to people who are freaking out.
Really?
That's not good for the people. If
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am the voice of reason, who is never
What was
the
the
voice of
halftime
reason.
score?
We got it.
Yeah.
we can say in the second segment.
42-36.
It was not great.
Okay.
42-36.
Yeah,
at
we'll
halftime.
hold the hoops talk.
Yeah.
42-36.
They won the game. They won the game. Last night, also in sports, the Chiefs are still undefeated. They win in overtime against the Bucks, 30-24. Baker Mayfield, I gotta give some props. Had an epic drive to end the fourth quarter to get to overtime. Made it 24-all. I thought they should have gone for 2 because it's tough to win in KC. But
I was a little surprised they didn't.
Yeah,
I really was, because right away Laura goes, "What do you think here?" I go, I'd go for 2. If you feel you have a really good play, they have several. They have several 2-point plays. They love one of them because that was your best chance to win.
Yes,
because there was only 27 seconds left, and so I think that was your best chance. But Baker Mayfield, some of the throws he made
on that final drive,
in that final drive,
in the rain,
it was some lasers. It was incredible. It really was.
He's got a gun.
Yeah.
Well,
it really was.
Sterling Shepard, a cast off from the Giants, had two incredible catches on the drive. One was a bad throw behind him.
Yeah.
Great play by him to get 7 yards and extend the drive. But Mayfield, he was a dude last night.
Yeah.
They lost the game. They're 4-5, but no one walks away saying he wasn't ready for the moment. Baker Mayfield is a very good quarterback. He is back fully.
And he got run out of the Browns.
Yep.
And then he stunk with the Rams.
How's the Browns looking right now?
They could use him.
Well, they got Jameis.
Jameis came back to earth on Sunday. They got rolled by the Chargers.
He threw 3 picks.
Yeah. they didn't drop him this time like Kyle Hamilton did for the Ravens.
Yeah,
didn't drop him.
He just threw the 3.
Just threw the 3.
No, Baker's good. If I were a head coach, and I more and more I think I could be, I would sit down the offensive coordinator and make damn sure you have good go for 2 plays. I want to see 12. I want to see 12 that are viable.
Well, it's funny because
because I watch all these games, teams go for 2 and they look lost sometimes.
There is some plays you go, that's what you went with.
Yeah.
That's what you had.
The touchdown to make it a 1-point game was from the 1-yard line, and the guy was wide open. They found Ryan Miller's first ever touchdown, first ever touchdown, backup tight end, wide open. It was a great play design. You could do another play like that again from the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Good.
And it's good.
Seriously.
NFL's from the 2. Not the 3.
Oh,
yeah.
It's from the 2.
It's from the 2.
Changes things a little bit.
Yeah. I'm never much for, especially in college. I'm always like, no, kick it, go to overtime in college, because you're going to get the ball in college.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they didn't get the ball. They never touched it. And so,
but at the same time, when they go for the extra point and then they play defense for 27 seconds, they were this close. They were close to back-to-back interceptions on 2nd down and 1. Travis Kelce, the ball gets deflected. Winfield is this close to a pick at midfield. Next play, I think Winfield again. He read the route. They're doing a hot route to Hopkins, and he read it, and he just missed a pick 6. He would have walked in for a game-winning, game-ending pick 6 at Arrowhead, and instead goes to overtime. And the Chiefs are still undefeated, 8-0, 30-24 victors last night against the Bucks. And by the way, DeAndre Hopkins, impact right away, 2 touchdowns, 70 catches in the game, 2 touchdowns in the red zone for the Chiefs. Excuse me.
Interesting.
Would this be what it's like doing a radio show in London? Dark, rainy.
Always. Always.
Or Seattle.
Or Seattle.
Yeah.
You like it.
I love
you have to be so happy right now.
I am. This is as good as it gets. Right. Look at it.
God, yesterday
it's
at
4:30. It's been raining for what, like
2 straight days,
straight hours of rain.
Yeah, yesterday at 4:30 started getting dark, and I was just mired in a deep depression. I was like, "What is this?"
You text
it's almost dark.
You text the group.
Did text the group. We did talk. I was so happy.
I know you were.
It's 4:30 and dark. Bill has to be happy. Oh, I'm ecstatic. Bill said.
I would love to live that life of like they do down in Del Boca Vista Phase 2.
I don't know what that means. That's
where Jerry Seinfeld's parents went to retire, and they would go to dinner like at 4:00.
Yeah,
the Bluebird special. And Jerry's like, I'm not going to force feed myself a steak at 4 p.m. or to get the $5.99 ribeye. I would love to have the $5.99 ribeye at 4:30.
You can do it.
God,
do it. You and Laura can do that.
It'd be awesome. Just be tucked away in bed about 8:15. Oh,
Living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream. That is my
I have
dream.
friends that do that where you call them at 5 and they'll be like, "We're at dinner."
I should call back in an hour or so. Call me at 6.
I'll call you back. We're at dinner.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
Anything else for idle chit chat at all over there?
Ben was getting after me today. I don't understand it. I attacking the old journalist.
I don't.
Yeah.
Ben has done something, and I let it go yesterday. But I'd like to make sure everyone know that I'm well aware of it, of the stunt that he pulled Friday, and it'll never go away.
Now what?
He drank my chocolate milk.
Look at him. He's like, yeah.
Missing
What
Tooth Greg
about it?
came in, brought my chocolate milk into me.
He did.
And then if I don't drink it all, I store it, and I get very happy because I have it on Monday. So I called Greg about some mechanical issues we had to talk through, which he's
Missing
he's
Tooth Greg.
brilliant. He's brilliant. And it was kind of how to winterize the golf cart. We talked.
Just tell me about this. This is interesting.
So we talked this through, and then I say, I go, Greg, by chance, did they secure the chocolate milk and put it in the Well, actually, Ben drank it.
In front of everybody. And we all saw it. All
I
three
don't
of us
understand how
witnessed
that
it.
happens, Ben. So I will anticipate a chocolate milk being in the fridge tomorrow morning when I arrive.
This is a little uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable. I would never do that to you, would I, Steve?
No.
Well, how many times have you come in with one of your McDonald's breakfast sandwiches and all of a sudden it's just gone? Well, where's it at?
Thanks, Steve.
Busch ate it. You didn't see that?
Ate my sandwich
Ate
again.
my sandwich.
It would be hilarious.
Yeah,
if you
if you
did.
did, but can you imagine that?
No.
Oh,
Ben,
What
fun,
happened?
fun with food. Well,
Rough start for Ben.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll get better.
we used to get at Utah. We'd get every Thursday. We got these called Crown Burgers, and they were a burger with cheese with pastrami on them.
Ooh,
And
interesting.
that was a Crown Burger. And
How was that,
It was
Jake?
incredible.
Pastrami.
So these two big bags that show up with about probably 24 burgers every Thursday, and everybody got one in the building.
in the building.
So it just happened one time by random, and it became really fun. So they bring them to us first. They always came to defense first. So Kyle wouldn't have it there first. I go, hang on, give me those bags. So I opened it up, and like two of them, I took giant bites out of them, and I rewrapped them back up. And so they took them down. All of a sudden, you just hear from the other room,
What the hell?
"What the hell?
That's what's got-
Someone took a bite out of my cheeseburger." And we'd be on the other side laughing. But what happened? Greg Verstick, who's now with the Ravens, is
That's
like,
pretty good.
just had a complete meltdown.
That's pretty
Someone-
good.
hell hit my
So
burger.
they
That would freak me out.
never had any idea where they were coming from. So for the next 2 years, every time they came on Thursday, they would give me the bag, and I'd take.
You go, well, I don't know.
We did. Oh yeah, we never said what was going on.
That's weird.
The video coordinator had a complete meltdown one time. He got his. He had a complete meltdown.
You got to be kidding me.
So he thought a worker.
He was
He
angry.
thought a worker had taken a bite out
Was
of
he
it.
angry?
Yes, very. We're a bunch of these blank stares.
Did it get to a point where you almost had to say, we did this.
We
Just
did
calm
that.
down.
No, we let it go. So this lot of like, whoa, that's got my mind's fine.
Mine is whole.
So if you ever get, that's fun with food, Ben.
I don't
But
know.
what you
that it
did
would-
wasn't fun.
That's just wrong.
That was just wrong.
Rude and wrong.
And you knew that,
fun with food.
dude.
It can be fun. Well, Jake is dressed very interesting today.
I'm patriotic up top and Nebraska basketball on the bottom. You know, that's how we operate here.
Yeah. Look at that cap.
USA, baby.
America.
America on
USA.
voting day. Let's do
Oh.
this. That
All
is
That's
Idle
chit-chat.
Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Renew. Please call or text David at 402-833-3858 or go to renewyourauto.com. They do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray in bedliners, and more at renewyourauto.com. Yesterday, we heard from Matt Rhule after the disappointing loss to UCLA 27-20. Huskers now 5-4, heading into a bye week with 3 more games to go. I think everyone wants to hear about the comment on the offense from Matt Rhule. The question was, I think you asked the Sip. Was this your question or not?
I said, are you considering changes?
I don't have that one. Not yet. I was going to say, from your perspective, what is not working on offense?
Okay, no, that was Sam, I think.
Okay.
That was Sam.
Well, here's the question.
That was Sam, the reporter from Omaha.
To Matt Rhule. The question was, from your perspective, what is not working on offense? Here is Matt Rhule yesterday.
It's a great question. We're not able to run the ball to control the game. I'm a big believer that you have to be able to control the game, and we were able to make some big plays in the game, but we weren't able to handle the third down pressures to stay on the field. And yeah, as I said to you guys before, it's very hard because I don't want to throw the kids under the bus. Or I don't want to throw, because it could be one person here, one person there. I just think at the end of the day, we get a couple of big plays, then all of a sudden we're off and running, but we're not able to run the ball consistently enough, and we're not able to stay on third down. So I'd say it's a little bit of everything, to be quite honest. I mean, I think if you watch us, we're just not playing well enough on offense to have a chance to win. And then, the last two games we're facing, Ohio State and UCLA, and we have the ball at the end with a chance to go win it. We've got to go win it, and we have not been able to do that. So it's not a great answer. I mean, it's not like it's like, hey, we just got to fix this one thing. We have to just play better, and that's coach better. And I think that's my job this week, is to look at it and say, hey, what can we do? And hope that the players, instead of saying, well, he's got to do this, he's got to do, hope that the players say, hey, I've got to go do this better. You have a couple of really bright spots. You have Ja'Cory out there consistently making plays. I mean, I think Ja'Cory's he's like a lightning rod out there, and Isaiah showed up in the last game and made some plays. We just need a lot more of that, and we have 3 opportunities left to do it. We've got to play better.
It all starts, and we know we talked about this starting in August. He identified the number one issue right away, and that's the lack of run game. They entered that game 102nd nationally in rushing. In that game, Nebraska, this is what's happened at Nebraska that's fascinating to me. In that game, Nebraska ran it 38 times for 113 yards, averaged 3 a carry. I'm hearing from people, not just Ben, I'm hearing from other people that say, oh, they ran the ball pretty well.
Really?
Oh, really? Yeah. 3 yards a carry will get you nothing in this world. Okay. But that's what's happened. I don't even know if fans remember what a good running game looked like.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's led the nation in it.
Many times.
Many times. It led the nation.
Right.
There's many times where games ended in the 360s.
Exactly.
That was the standard here.
And,
right?
and it still happens. Iowa, as we covered yesterday, ran for 329 against Wisconsin.
Iowa.
That is unheard of for Nebraska right now. If they ran for 329, I don't know that you would know how to react.
I'd be stunned.
Right.
2 hours of silence.
But Iowa, not a great Iowa team, put 329 rushing yards on Wisconsin. So he's right. That's where it starts, because they had to have a good running game, because they're going to be dependent on play action, and it would take pressure off your drop back quarterback. And now they don't have that, and they don't win on the perimeter. They're not particularly strong up front. I mean, what are you
good at?
Well, I don't know. You got to find some wrinkles, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, what happens is generally you have some different looks and some change ups, but in the end, it comes really the teams that you fear the most, or they just line up and they run it at you. That's the one that an example would be last night. I'm not a huge watching NFL game. For some reason, started watching that game in the second half because I was just kind of mesmerized by Baker Mayfield. I was kind of watching him more than anything. But the Chiefs pounded Tampa Bay.
Kareem Hunt.
Sorry.
I got you.
They pounded the ball. They ran the ball really, really well. And it was, I'm like, it was like 2nd and 4, 2nd and 2.
Yep.
I mean, it was,
they do it.
They were nothing. That's what I said. It wasn't like, oh, well, that was something, crazy unique with what they were doing.
Reed's running it more this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that running back was not on the roster before the season. Yeah. They signed him when Pacheco got hurt.
He's a hammer, though.
Yeah.
He is. But they got him off the streets this year. Yeah. He was not on the team.
Yeah.
So Rhule, I mean, he didn't have a lot of answers yesterday. He
what was
is
your
confounded.
Question?
He's confounded right now. My question was, are you considering change? Okay, now I got a quick correction. I said yesterday Nebraska's averaging 14 a game in Big Ten play. It's actually 18.
Okay.
18.3. I think 14 in the last 4 games, but 18. I said you're averaging 18 points a game in the Big Ten. Are you considering changes on that side of the ball?
I think my job is always to consider everything. I think part of that is, what are the problems? What are the issues? It's looking at everything. So think one of the first things I'm doing this week is, I have a lot of friends in the business, had some outside people kind of come in and look at, hey, tell me what you see. And I think that's probably at least in my history, one of the best things you can do is just have a fresh set of eyes, look at it. And so I'm going to have some people that I trust look at both us on offense and on defense and kind of look at what we're doing and then go from there.
There's also a good question. How do you feel about Satterfield's play calling? You got that one?
Yes. Hang on.
It's kind of like
back to the start of that one. Somebody put it in the middle. Here's Satterfield then.
I think that's part of my job this week is to look at it. I think I don't have tremendous issues at times like, oh, why do we call this? Why do we call that? Because all those things are kind of game plan during the week. Are we game planning the right things during the week? That might be one of the questions, we have to talk about and look at it. But if you score 18 points, you're going to, what you say, 18.1 a game, you're going to be under fire, right? It just is what it is. So me as the head coach, Sat as the OC everywhere. I think it's really, really important though, that our players take accountability in it as well, right? Like we don't call any plays that they can't execute. And when they, it's kind of like a slippery slope. It's like when they jump up and make the catch, it's like, hey, great job, Isaiah. But when they jump up to make the catch and they don't make the catch, it's like, come on, Sat. And so I just want all of us in the program to all take accountability together. And that's the introspection I talked about this week. So, we're looking at everything. And the same thing on defense. We can't go out there on defense and let them just go right down the field against us. When they took the ball, it was a smart move by them. Had we won the toss, I probably would have taken the ball because they've been really hot early. But we didn't play defensively the way we've been playing. And but yeah, 18.1 points a game, you're going to take. There's nothing you can say. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, there you go. It's very real. He knows why they're under fire. I do appreciate that he includes himself in the discussion. He hired Satterfield. Satterfield's clearly in trouble. But I don't know what exactly how that will resolve itself. Nobody does. I don't mind him putting accountability on the players. It is a slippery slope to do that. I'm more receptive to it in this day and age because a lot of those guys are making six figures. So they want to be pros. Pros are accountable. That's the way it goes.
So he mentions in the previous quote that he is, what's going to happen during the bye week? He's going to bring some voices from outside the program to kind of look at it. Bill, in your years of a coach over the places you've been, is that something that happens during bye weeks where if a team is struggling or doing well, that you bring outside voices to kind of assess how things are going? Does that happen?
I've never been part of that, but it's always use all your resources. So I don't think there's anything bad with that. I've never been part of it. In general, I would reach out to if there whatever things were coming up or just different items. I would always have like a / mentor. Like I said, I had when we still alive. Obviously, I had Frank Gaines and special. Not Frank Gaines. I'm sorry, I'm completely lost my mind with that one. But I had someone to help me to be able to talk to and say, hey, this is kind of what's going on. What do you think about this? What's going on with all these different things? And so that was what a lot of people reach out individually to someone that they know and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Here's the problems we have. What have you done different on this? What have you done this? Whether it be protection, run game, whatever it is, anything with special teams, you reach out to people. And sometimes, honestly, there's not a lot at times where it's like, I'm not sure if I have a lot of great answers for you. And then it's always I like someone that's you're really, really close to be able to say Frank Gaines. That's why I said Frank Gaines. I have no idea Gaines, but I would reach out to him and ask these certain things. But there's also sometimes to always be like, sometimes you can get, if you don't know him really, really well, to be like, and listen, here's a couple things that I kind of see. So because sometimes people want to throw out like, well, you got to do this and you got to do this. You guys got to get into this phase of the game. It's like, hang on now. This is kind of where we're at right now. We're through 9 games. This is kind of where we're at this time. So it's always a slippery slope on who you're talking to, and just to make sure that it's kind of that they see things a little bit the same way you do. Because all of a sudden, like right now, it'd be like going, I don't know. Let's get a leech disciple to come in here and talk to us. Well, that's not what they're trying to get done, and the concepts in the throw game or whatever it is, that's not what they're trying to be. And so it'd be someone that you want to have someone that falls in line with how you see things already. So
here's the deal, though. What he portrayed yesterday, Matt Rhule, was, to me, now you guys you don't have to agree with this, but
can we push back?
Yeah, you can. He portrayed a feeling, there'll be a feeling of discomfort in that building all week. If DP said, hey, we're going to bring in a couple people to look at your show because it's a struggle, just don't worry about it, but they're going to sit in. You'd be okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, it's not a comfortable time, nor should it be.
No, not a good thing at all.
And I don't mean just for Satterfield. I would, if I was the entire offensive staff, it should be uncomfortable. Special teams should be uncomfortable. It hasn't produced. Even the defense, it wasn't like that was the first time they let down. Indiana was a horrific performance.
It was. It truly was.
And so, no, this is now. There's a part of me that I don't want to overreact. They're over 500. I mean, this isn't 2-5 Nebraska. If they had UCLA schedule, it'd be a sub 500 team probably. But I don't want to overreact, but you don't want to underreact either. He's clearly not underreacting by his demeanor yesterday.
If you were in charge of one of the units, whether it be special teams / defense, I'd have a meeting with my staff. There's going to be people here, and we're going to embrace it. So just you better talk about that right up front. Just listen, everybody, put your feelings away. And we need, if the head coach wants somebody to come in here, we're going to listen to them. We're going to take information. We're not going to push back when they walk out of the room. We're not going to roll our eyes. Right. We're going to be, we're going to see.
That's a good thing to say.
You need to address your unit and say, listen, we're going to take this on, and then just say to it, hey, this isn't easy. It's not easy on me. It's not easy on anything that's going on. This is not where we'd like to be, but maybe through some sort of conversation, we can figure out a way to get another win or 2 wins.
Get USC, get beat one of these teams ahead. Exactly. That's a good idea. Get your guys together and say, all right, this has happened this week. We're not going to walk around sullen and defeated. Can't.
And it's just interesting who, like when I talked about certain people, if I was sitting there with, like I said, with Frank Gans, and he was sitting there and telling me, hey, Bill, I like this. This is really good what you're doing, but here's something, because I knew him so well, I would listen to him like he was my dad. If it's somebody that you don't know at all, that randomly just comes in and just like I said, just starts firing things off like that, then it's hard. So that's where it's very important. Whoever is coming in, also, if I was coming in as the advisor, which I've done this a couple different places before, I'm very, very complimentary and positive and try to diffuse the situation. And the first thing I would say, if I was the incoming, I would meet with the staff and say, okay, how hard is this? Is this, I'd let them know right away. I get where you guys are at. This is why I'm here. And let's just see if there's something there that from a different set of eyes can help something, for you guys at all like that. I'm on your side.
Yep.
And then also when you come in, you better be like a person that works in the bank and you're a vault. When you leave the building, you don't say a word ever to anybody. What'd you see in there? Man.
Nope.
Or though this was really good, and I don't know why this isn't happening. I'd be like, did you go there? Yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was very good. It was interesting. It's well done.
That's it.
That'd be it.
That's it.
So when whoever you bring in also better be in that vault category.
Yeah, good thought. Good thought. Jake, what else?
Well, anything more from the press conference here?
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to get to.
It freaks me out because I don't ever watch the press conference, and I saw part of it, but it freaks me out when they show it's like this dual camera things, and they click on from like behind who's speaking.
You can see Sip
and
talking.
all of a sudden they're there, and you hear guys typing, and they're all at these really nice tables, and they're set up.
Nice
I was in a hallway, up on in a hallway with a bunch of microphones just stuck in front of
Things have changed, Bill.
Yeah, I was like, wow, it's pretty impressive.
It is. Do you have the sound on what he identified? I'm trying to see, Jake, I'm trying to help you here. Is the consistency, the lack of consistency is at the heart of the issue, he said. God, please tell me you have that.
I think how that's labeled here. I don't really have that.
Okay,
one
well, hold on. I'm going to help you.
How about this? I'll do this one. How important is it for the players to stay mentally positive and checked in during the bye week as they have 3 games to go? Here's Matt Rhule from yesterday.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It lies in the players. Okay, like I believe this. I've always believed this. Players win games. I try to do a good job of protecting the players, but at some point, like you got to go out there and play. You got to go out there and make the plays. You got to go out there and do what you're capable of. I'm not, I've been here a year and a half now, 2 years almost. I'm not doing I'm afraid to make a mistake. I'm afraid, I'm not doing that anymore. Like I just want the guys that want to go out and compete. We got enough of them. I want them to go out and fly around and compete. You're going to make mistakes out there. Yeah, this is what life is, right? Like you hit adversity. If you quit, then so be it. I want the grown men out there. I'm happy to talk to everyone's parents. I'm happy to have personal one-on-one meetings. But at the end of the day, when the ball's snapped, you better play. And that's what these weeks are for. To go out there and establish who you are. So great opportunity for some of the young guys. To go out there, and I keep bringing up like Jacory and Vincent and Shavers and those guys. Like when the ball snapped, they play. Point blank, they play. It might not always be right, but they play and they play and they play. And so catch our breath this week. We'll practice for USC and we'll go out there and we'll compete.
I actually thought the best stuff was when he was talking about himself and him being accountable. He got a call from a friend who said, it must be hard right now because your team is so inconsistent. Don't have that?
Tell us what he said.
He said it really hurt him to hear that. That's when he said, I think I have to change. I have to look at changing my own approach. I thought that was the best part of the press conference when he said he got a text from a friend that said it must be really hard because your team's so inconsistent. And he said hold on a second. Playing down to opponents. Good job, Ben. That's what the question
Ben
is.
for the Daily Nebraska.
Thank you,
Ben.
young
Thank
Ben.
you,
Ben's a
Ben.
long
Daily
Nebraskan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
3-minute answer.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to play the whole thing.
In the early part, he said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam asked him a good question that you go to Ohio State and you play so well, and then UCLA comes to town and you kind of play down to them.
It's a disappointing thing about the job that I'm doing I've prided myself over the years of like we're consistent, and I thought last year like we were consistent, like we were, and now this year it's not quite as consistent, and you're probably not supposed to, head coach 101. You're not supposed to say those things in a press conference, but I owe it to everyone to be honest. Like I'm trying to find a way to get the players to be more consistent. And so this is probably the first time you guys have heard me say the players have to play. Like they have to play. They can't just say like, oh man, did you read what they're saying about Sat? Like, but you are Sat. You are the offense. You're out on the field. Like Jacory's not worried about what play call Sat's calling. Jacory's out there flying around, right? Like, so you can't throw a bubble out in the perimeter and a guy's not blocking. It's one man against another man. I got to block you. And but all that being said, it's just, it's not consistent enough. And it's when you take a job, I don't think I've ever taken what I would call like an easy job, like come to a place that just won 10 games. These are the hard moments. This is what you have to do. And so I have to sit here and admit my shortcomings. I haven't gotten it done yet at the level that we need to have it done. But we have had some good moments too. And so I'm just trying to get it to be more consistent. And that starts with looking at the coaches, looking at the players, being honest. If I'm honest and they're not, then so be it. So I don't know if I'm answering you, but that is kind of what's happening, to be quite honest with you. That is, and if you have that roster, some of the rosters, if you have that Ohio State roster, like if you think about our game, you think about our game against Ohio State. We moved the ball in Ohio State, but we had to kick field goals in the red zone. Kept it close, and then they went and ended up winning the game in the fourth quarter. UCLA moved the ball against us. We held them to field goals. Then we had a chance to go win the game at the end. It's you're gonna have some games that are up and down, but I have to find a way to get this team to be more consistent.
There you go.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah,
I thought he struck the right. Now there's people that are taking him to task for saying that stuff about the players, that they have to be accountable. I thought he struck a if you listen to the whole 28 minutes, it was I thought there was a good balance between him taking responsibility, putting responsibility on his staff, and yeah, the players have to perform. If you take certain parts of the press conference, you could make it sound like he's dragging the players through the mud. You could, but it would be disingenuous to do that. You have to, if you listen to the whole entirety of the press conference, he doesn't do that. He takes a lot of responsibility and puts a lot on his staff. I mean, there's
no magic plays. Also, there's no.
Right.
I used to talk all the time on defense. I say there's no magic blitz. If there was, I'd call it every down.
Every time.
I'd call magic blitz. That's what I'd call, because that means that's the one when someone always hits the quarterback the back of the head, unblocked. I'd call it every time.
Worked again.
Yeah, worked again like that. There is no magic. There's no magic blitz. There's no magic calls. All those things with it. That just doesn't happen.
He had an interesting answer to the Satterfield question. I don't know when he said, "I have to look at the play calling," but it's not. He sort of indicated that it may not be all play calling, it's game planning. He goes, we got to look at the game planning probably is more than anything, that what happens during the week. And so they're looking at everything. It might be good. This might turn out to be good. Maybe they find something. I don't know.
Well, they got a bye week to get it right. 3 more games to go. 5-4, the record. Before we get to break, we get to more on Matt Rhule in the 7 o'clock hour.
I'm hungry.
You appear hungry. I know Bill's hungry.
I'm hungry.
Bill's starving.
Do I appear hungry?
You look hungry.
You appear hungry.
I think you should probably head to early bird and then vote afterward. How about that?
Can you park in this rain?
You could park in the rain. There's lots of spots.
Are they big spots?
They're pretty big.
What would the cost be in the rain?
$3.99.
$3.99.
No cost to you. No cost to anybody.
No cost to anybody. Nobody's paying for your parking.
Nobody has to. Is there a valet? Don't need it.
Don't need a valet.
Don't need a valet. You know why? You can park right out front.
And it costs you nothing. The bird. Check it out. Breakfast burritos, a variety of pancakes. Blueberry, cinnamon roll pancakes, banana pancakes.
Bananarama.
Chicken fried steak, which is what, Bill?
Smothered.
Yep. And the world famous hash holes.
Hash holes.
Get there today. 19th and K. Free parking. Treat yourself before or after you vote today with early bird. How about that?
Yeah. Reward yourself.
I think I'm meeting you down there, Jake. Are we meeting Trevor?
Yeah,
the bird.
I think next Wednesday we're meeting there at noon. Yeah. We're having a
Unless
noon.
me and Ben want to come by.
Yeah, you could if you want to.
We'll take your application and we'll see how it works out.
Yeah. Prove that you voted first, and we'll let you come down.
Okay. Okay.
Bonus gravy.
Yes, bonus gravy.
David had bonus gravy when we were there.
A boat of it.
A boat
you
of
guys
it.
are meeting Trevor there?
What's that?
Next Wednesday for lunch.
He said Sonny might make an appearance.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Early bird 9th. Okay, when we come back, Nebraska basketball, it wasn't pretty, but they're 1-0, and Sip was there. Let's get his report from the game next
Live
on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of healthcare, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bosin. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bosin, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th. Paid for by Bosin for Legislature.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoickFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Across Nebraska, voters will have the chance to end the current government abortion ban. The government shouldn't be making decisions for families' health care, but right now they are. Ending the ban takes 2 votes. A vote against 434, the first initiative, and then a vote for 439, the last initiative. It's only this combination that will finally get the government out of the personal medical decisions of Nebraska families. Voting against 434 and for 439 ensures that when there's a medical emergency, it's Nebraska families who decide what to do, not the government. This vote against 434 and for 439 makes it so our Nebraska doctors can treat every patient. The government put this ban in place, stripping Nebraska families of their freedom, but you can end it with 2 votes. The first against 434, and then vote for 439. Paid for by Protect Our Rights.
The Link Grill, Draft, and Crafts is your spot in Southeast Lincoln for great food and drink. They're serving new menu items and a killer craft cocktail menu with your favorite draft beers. You'll love their pizza and new entree options. It's a great place to watch any live events, and they have music bingo every month. They have an aggressive loyalty program that rewards fans with 7% back on all purchases. Home of the Nebraska Power Hour every night from 8 to 9 p.m. Order online at thelnkgrill.com or stop in at 84th and Highway 2 today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
We're on the air.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break. Jake, you're a freaking nutcase. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed. Oftentimes, discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to beckshybrids.com for a full farm quote. And always remember the 3 F's, faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
How about the fact that Trevor's coming down to meet us, and that's what he does with all of his customers. He already took meals to him in the field, pulled pork sandwiches. He did that in the field, and now he's coming down to meet with Jake and myself just to talk about the direction of Beck's and where they're going and what they're doing.
I feel a little left out here.
And I got the hoodie on right now.
I've got
the hoodie on right now. I wear the hoodie daily. Yes, and so
I have my Beck's hoodie too.
Yeah,
you wear that all the time.
Yeah,
yep.
so Trevor's coming down to meet with the people. It's just normal stuff. Who can be happier than farmers now? As soon as all the crops are out, it just starts raining. We're getting moisture for next year, and this also is going to
for next year.
Yeah, Thunder and lightning. This is good for the mushrooms. This is good. For
Oh,
the
yes.
Everything now is all based on the mushroom hunt now. Moisture for the mushrooms.
But that's what, in March? When does that start?
It's going to start on the opening day. It's usually April. Official opening day is April 27th. My birthday.
Your birthday.
Yes. That's the official day.
Is that
opening
really
day of
official?
Yes, opening day of mushroom
Or is that
season.
the unofficial official?
That's Bill's
Triple
opening
official.
day.
Anyway, this moisture is important to us. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Bex. Okay. Sip, you were last night at Pinnacle
You were
Bank
live.
Arena for Nebraska basketball, who begins their season 1-0. It wasn't pretty. Nebraska beats UT Rio Grande Valley.
You got
87-67. So they win by 20. It was a tighter game really the whole way through. They were, I think, up by 5 with 4 or 5 minutes to go. Nebraska was.
It was
They pull away at the end.
They won by 20 or up by 5 with 4 minutes to go?
With 5 minutes to go, Nebraska led, I think, by 5 or 6 points.
No, here's the deal. I got it.
Beep, yeah. Help us out, Sip.
It was they led 69-65.
Yeah,
Nebraska
by 4.
With 5:50 to go. Then there was a key part of the game.
Okay.
Connor Zegan,
the Wisconsin transfer. Yes.
hit a huge 3 with 4.5 minutes left. Gave him a little room. 72-65. Then he came back and hit 2 free throws and then another basket. And all of a sudden it's 76-65. And then they kind of pulled away. So Connor
Zegan
really helped.
Wisconsin Badger transfer.
Right. He hit 3 of 4 3-pointers in the game. Nebraska did not shoot well from deep. He did.
6 for 19, Nebraska from deep.
Right.
By the way, the UT Rio Grande Valley took 41 threes in the game. 41.
Okay. Made 13. They made 13.
41 3-point attempts.
They weren't
beautiful.
They weren't terrible. They moved the ball really well. They really do. They're pretty well coached. They move the ball well. They're scrappy, and they got some open threes. That's one thing to watch. Nebraska's got to guard the 3 ball a little better.
Okay.
Bryce Williams was excellent. 27 points. Excellent. He looked like their best offensive player last night. Probably will be their best offensive player. I would say that Raleigh Worcester is arguably their most important player.
He is the Utah transfer, point guard.
18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. He's 6. He's a 6'5" guard, and he's their energy. I mean, if they lose him, that would be not a good thing. He has the ball most of the time. He makes everything go. So they're interesting.
So one question.
Hit me, Bill. Hit me.
Answer this question right now. I want to know one answer. You saw them live. Did they make the NCAA tournament? Make your prediction.
They look like right now. It's hard. You know this. It's hard because it's 3 new starters.
We're gonna go back to this sometime in March.
Okay, I'm gonna get to my answer.
We're gonna bookmark this.
Right. I believe there's 6 new scholarship players. 3 in the starting lineup transfers. They're going to need some time. Now
6 is correct. Yep.
Yeah. They're going to need some time, Bill, as you know. And they have a very, very light non-con, which is probably the wise thing to do with this group because it's got to get going. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. They look like a team that can get to the bubble
team. Okay.
They look like that. It's really hard to predict how it's going to evolve.
I saw a couple different projections for this team. So Joe Lunardi, ESPN bracketologist, has Nebraska right now before the season as his first 4 out. So the first team out of the
Steve nailed it.
So pretty good. However, I saw Andy Katz,
Katz?
Big Ten Network, put Nebraska at 16 out of 18 in the Big Ten conference rankings. Not a tournament team.
That would put him in the first 64 out.
Yes, right. Not quite as high as Lunardi.
Yes, that's quite a difference. It really is.
So he has them just ahead of, I believe, Minnesota and somebody else. I forget who else. But
last night they started
Berke Buyuktanjel, the UCLA transfer,
and Braxton Mia together
from Washington.
Yeah, Mia's a 7'1" player from Washington.
Mia did not score. He missed 3 free throws also in the game.
They need to get more. They're going to need more from those guys. They combined for 10 rebounds and 6 points, all from
Berke,
the Turk.
Buyuktanjel.
Yeah. So they need more. Now, I don't know that will be interesting to see if Fred keeps them in the starting lineup. it might have been last night that Nebraska had a huge size advantage on this team.
Andrew Morgan did look good in the paint. He's from North Dakota State transfer. He had 10 points. He had good post moves. He looked proper. He looked right.
He is really active for a big, and that's the guy you wonder if he'll move into the starting lineup. He's a dude. You know what they don't have, I don't think. Now maybe Fred would take me on this and say, just Sipple, stay in your lane, please. I don't know that they have that guy that you put at the top, like you hit the free throw line, a post player like Rink and like the fellow before
Walter Pitchford back in the day.
Or no, right before Rink. Jake, you'll get this.
They weren't very good these times.
The transfer from Tennessee.
Oh, that was Derek Walker.
Derek Walker.
Remember,
Bill, they would put a guy at the free throw line.
Point center.
Yeah, point center.
Yeah.
I don't know that they have that guy. They weren't doing that.
He could handle the ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, handle the ball.
Nice.
Walker could do that.
Walker.
For sure.
You know, I dive deep into the hoops.
I know you do.
I do, but
you can get in hoops,
but
discussion.
I don't dive this early. That's why
why not?
I just don't dive this early. There's
season.
still football. I'm enamored with football, and I guess there's so much going on. I just looked at the games for this week, and it's just like this is incredible. But anyway, so
He's out on hoops discussion.
Yeah, so I'm kind of out on the hoops discussion. I'm just gonna be.
Come on.
The problem for Bill is that Nebraska plays Creighton in the middle of football
You
season.
played hoops.
I did.
You were a hoops player, and you had a good take last night. Can I share that?
You can share it.
That it's that the best this team will play its best basketball at the end of the season. How many do? But this one, because of these teams that are put together like this,
there's no way it's like, oh, I know exactly. We think the same. No, you don't. You don't think the same yet. They haven't been up on the court against competition yet. So it takes a lot to get that all to gel together. Is there a difference in the O-line play or the play at Colorado right now?
Yep.
I mean, from what they were game 2, game 1, to where they are now. Colorado had a weekend like you've never had before in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had Iowa State lose.
Kansas
State lost. I mean, they're in it. They're in it. They're
are in it.
They're in it, deep into it.
So again, your final score, 87-67, Nebraska beats UT Rio Grande Valley. You were there, Sim.
7 p.m. is the next game. Saturday, 7 p.m. at PBA. Nebraska will take on Bethune-Cookman.
You will be there.
Yes, I
not
will.
watching college ball in Nebraska's bye week, but watching Nebraska Bethune-Cookman.
Did you sit in the same spot you normally do? So that's always a sign. Me and Jake were up above.
We'll find you again.
Me and Jake were up above.
The issue I had last night was 2 brownies.
Really?
It was not a good. That's it. That's a bad move by me. That's a bad move.
I didn't have a place to sit, and then Eric Strickland goes, "Hey, hang on. You have a place to sit."
Strick was there.
I said, "I'm not. It's fine." He goes, "No. I got this. This is one of the all-time greats to ever play. Played in the NBA for like
10
forever,
years.
And then had to guard the best players on every other team. And he's the one going, don't worry about it.
I would not sit by you. I couldn't do it because it would just be too much.
He'd be distracted.
It'd be too much laughing.
Well, I wasn't right. we were laughing up there.
We had fun. Me and Jake talked to a lot of people.
You could have saw the Superstars with us in person and witnessed that in real
was
time.
Incredible for us.
I am writing at halftime because I'm writing a running game.
We'll write for you next time.
No.
Ghostwriters.
We'll ghostwriters.
Jake, you can help write. And
I'll make comments.
You write the headline.
Yes, I'll do the headline. I'll do the headline. What do you guys got? Give me that
snappy headline.
Those snappy headline.
When we come back, Bill throws Bugaboo
spark.
Tuesday and Song of the
You're
Day.
off the mark. You need a spark.
On an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosden. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bosden on November 5th. Paid for by Bosden for Legislature.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at couplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough?
Never feel like an
If
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
By Leonard Skinner from 1973, 464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Texture rating on the Starter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day. That's all I got for it.
That's fine.
Just played along for a while.
That was incredible.
Bill closed his eyes. I saw it.
I did. I closed my eyes. I got into the moment.
You know what Heyman would tell you?
What?
And he'd be right. That you know, Bill, like you coached freak talents, like just freaks. Leonard Skinner's freaks. They're freak talents. Like they're just freaks. They're iconic freaks. Like they're uniquely freaking talented. And that's one of their top 4 songs, probably.
Better than Sugar Ray.
Oh,
hey, they got an A+ yesterday from Sif.
Just a little.
To make sure, I didn't know. I mean, you love Sugar Ray, so I didn't know if it was
in a different kind of way.
You had to rank the bands. Was it Skinner and Sugar Ray, or was it Sugar Ray Skinner?
There's 1 and 2.
So I want to know.
In a different sort of way. I wish I could come up with an analogy right now. Like, I don't know. Yeah. 9.8997 on that one. That's a ridiculous song.
Really, it was silky, and it really fit the weather and the mood. Jake just nailed that part of it.
Ouch.
And I went eyes closed, and was just, yeah, I don't know.
Where'd you go?
Driving. I was driving. That's where I was. I was driving. I was alone.
With an old girlfriend?
No, not an old girlfriend, Laura. I turned the magnet off.
Oh, it wasn't an old girl. I thought you said that.
No, I did not say that. No, I was just driving by myself. I thought it was, I was mesmerized by it. So I could have listened to the whole song, just eyes closed, would have been incredible. I'm going to go with an 899-421.
Ben can't dislike that song, right?
Ben's going to dislike it. It's going to be a 4-7.
Look at Ben.
4-7. Look at Ben's face.
Look at Ben. He's having fun.
Yeah, look at
What happened to you, Ben?
2.1.
Oh, wow. Ben, do you know who
2.1.
Bill might throw hands here.
Oh,
pretty soon.
Ben.
Are you throwing hands? You
Okay,
can't throw hands with Ben. You can't throw hands with Ben. You'll get fired.
I bet the household liked it.
We'll get to the let's
Wait
get
a
some
second.
ratings
Ben
here.
gave that a
He gave us-
2.1
and he
to be
said
clear.
he fell asleep during it too.
A 2.1 to be clear.
Yeah, 2.1.
On
He owns
Leonard
it.
Skinner,
Didn't go 2-0. He gave it a
Tuesday's
2-1.
gone.
He owns it.
He owns it.
Shameful.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Ben, that's a shameful score. Okay, shameful.
That was nice.
It's been an up and down day for
Some
Ben.
It's been very
he had
up and
highs
down.
and lows.
Left,
He
up
hit a
and down.
low.
We talk about some stuff off the air. It gets interesting, doesn't it, Ben?
Every segment.
Every segment,
every
Ben
break.
comes out immediately with a lot of takes. Yes.
We fire back at him
He's
too.
going to have a complex after you're done with him.
Remember, he's the prince of punctuation.
Oh, he's a writer.
Yes, he is a writer, gifted writer.
Some ratings there. Bill and Bennett 9.1. Husker Rick 9. Rod in South Lincoln 6.5. Triple H's dad a 7. Guilt Nerd 9. Magic Home Run Jake 9.55.
Magic, please come see us.
Brett and Bertrand 9.95. Mike and Dalton a 5. Who Columbus 6.
Nice one by the Birds.
Nice one by you guys.
Nice.
It's a good score.
You guys did that well. Good timing.
Lyle in Omaha 9.6.
Lyle.
You love the name Lyle.
I do, Lyle. I do like Lyle.
Gavin and Pender 9.5.
Thank you, Gavin.
Bolt was at the game last night, by the way. He
said,
says hi.
He said it on YouTube. Good to meet you last night, by the way.
Bolt?
Bolted, yep. Earlier.
Kodiak,
Kodiak
you can
Bear,
see his athleticism.
100.
one of the best all time at Pender.
Yes.
9.6 from Kodiak Bear on the text line. Ryan in California 10.
Wow, wait.
Wow.
Really?
Nice.
Twizzlers says great song 9.5.
Good scores, Jake.
Yes.
Derek in a car 7.95.
Derek.
I love that one. Derek in a car.
In a
The
car.
best.
He's always going to Beatrice, right?
He's coming from Beatrice. I think he's going north from 77.
Does he stop at Sunshine Bakery?
Sunrise Bakery.
Sunrise Bakery.
And it's very good. I
Yes.
stopped there within the last month.
Did you? I hear, I mean, when
Excellent.
you
Oh,
talk
God.
about people,
What
I
a
mean,
place.
talk people raving about a place, just say that to them like that. They just, their eyes
Sunrise
light
Bakery.
up. Sunrise
Beatrice,
Bakery.
Nebraska, right
Yes.
downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a place.
What about Corey and
I see
hubby.
Bird gave it his Bird already said his score.
Yeah, Bird 6.
Yeah.
Says it's okay, Ben. Columbus guys have high standards, he says.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, and
Ben.
what about the household?
I didn't see Jennifer or hubby on this one.
That I really wanted to hear theirs on this.
I'm looking,
Yeah.
scanning here.
Thought that would have been a high one for
I
him.
do not see.
What about beef taco?
Yeah, anything from the taco?
I don't see tacos
What's
on
the
here.
Texas Casanova?
Where's
Do I
everybody?
see the, I don't see the Texas
Is
Casanova.
hold, is the show tanking?
We could be.
Are we tanking? You know what we got to do? bringing some outside people. Bringing some outside people to check it out.
Please, God, no.
Please don't do
It'd
that.
be bad.
We'll
That would
embrace
suck.
it.
Could you imagine? Hold it. What do you guys do during break? You guys get together and talk about your next section? No, we sit on the couch and listen to Ben.
We just listen to him.
Listen to Ben.
We just let him fire off takes at us.
Ben's NFL takes and NHL hockey takes.
All right, it is time for
prepare for the next segment.
It is time
No,
for
we
a
listen to Ben.
Tuesday edition.
The intern.
Ben, the intern. From now on, you're Ben, the intern.
Ben, the intern. It's time for a Tuesday edition, Bugaboo Tuesday of
Things that
Bill's
bother me.
Thrills. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
does
We
it
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation. Plan your financial future today. Bill, it's a Bugaboo Tuesday. What could be bothering you today?
Bugaboos. Things that bother me.
Okay.
Anything auto is not the lotto. Anything auto is not the lotto. I'm severely bothered with automation. So I would like to go back to something that might upset people, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go back to better times.
I'm stunned.
I'm going to go back to better times.
Just
And
do it. Just do it.
Ben has no idea what I'm talking about.
Go
in this
full
right here.
throttle into better times.
Better
please.
times. Back when you had to manually move your clocks back in your house. The moving back of the clocks was such an epic, forward or backwards, was such an epic task of how it went down. And then the panic would ensue because you wouldn't get all of them. And all of a sudden you'd look at one of them and you're like, I'm an hour late for work. Panic completely sets in. You're beyond belief on what's going on. And then the panic when that happened, that you'd miss church on Sunday. Yeah, it was 50-50 at best. All these different things going on. My dad texted me on Saturday with what's going on with, do we move our clocks back? What's going on this week?
Which way do I move it?
Dad did.
But here was the best one. Your vehicle was so problematic.
Oh, yeah.
To change it for most people, and me being included, I would go 6 months with my clock off 1 hour.
I just wait for a year to pass.
Just let's let
then
it
it'd
go.
be right
It'd
again.
be right again. Let's just go 6 months. It's all going to change back. But it used to be so major to change it. You had to get your manual out. And like that. So now what happens now? Not now. Everything automatics itself. I get up, my Laura goes, we gotta move our clocks back. I go, no, you don't. Phone does it yourself. Your watch does it yourself. I got in my truck on Sunday. Clock fine. Time was fine. God.
Did it for you.
Now
What's the headline, please? What's the headline?
Things that bother me. Anything auto is not the lotto. You didn't win the lottery when things that all of a sudden goes back initially. God, it was better times like that. Like I said, like that, the truck changed. That's a joke book. You had to do it. There's nothing anymore. To manually move everything back. I mean, you had to go. Remember, you had to go to the clock on the stove. You had to go to all the different locations. Your microwave,
wall clock.
The wall clock, move them back. Remember the microwave?
Yeah.
You had to go back, change all those things.
Mom, could you please move that clock? Is blinking.
It's blinking. It was mayhem, and those were better times when you had that. And just the chance of confusion was great. It'd be all the time when I thought, screwed up. Yeah, didn't move the clock back in the bedroom. Forgot this one. Oh, all those times it happens. Automation.
Better.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's
better
horrible.
Times.
I love going back.
Ben, please listen.
Ben, his whole life. Did you move a clock back, Ben? Ben said he had to move a clock back. Everything's automated now. Not my deal.
Not better times.
Not better times. Computer. How about your computer? I move it back on your computer? No, you don't.
Not better times.
Does it all itself like that. But again, literally,
not better times.
When you'd be driving to work sometimes, even a couple months into, you go, is that right? Is that clock right? Because and I used to have to get it just happened. I'd get one of my daughters be going, hey, in my Jeep, I need to move the clock back or move it forward an hour, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, you got to get a little screwdriver.
It's all the things you had to do. Yeah, it was a lot.
Not better times.
It was a lot. You had to go to your manual. You got to press these two buttons to make it go forward. Oh, it was horrific. And it was great.
But that was
great. It was great.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. It was great.
You had to work for it.
Didn't have to do
what the hell happened?
What happened to us? What happened to us?
What happened?
Yeah.
We have some response.
Anything
here.
from the text line?
I'll go to YouTube first. How about that?
Thank you.
Kevin says, while living in Mountain Time, my phone would occasionally pick up a Central Time tower. It threw me for a loop the first time it ever happened.
I bet
that would get you.
Yeah,
that would get you.
Okay.
That'd be really confusing.
Let's see. LB in Minden says, my dad came to change my grandma's old bell clock. He left it 1 minute fast, and she is pissed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can mess you up.
Yeah. Imagine if you have to change like a grandfather clock. That's a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot.
Oh, and there's a lot of changes that would happen if the clocks were 10 minutes off.
Yeah.
I mean, better times.
Better times. We change them, but you didn't change the right time. You set them back a little.
Right.
And
you knew which ones were
also, which was great because we had Fawn's time. My mom, I call her the Fawns because she's the coolest mom ever. And but all the clocks were set ahead a solid 14 minutes. Everything because everything's all about being out the door early.
Gosh,
so we always had to adjust that in your head.
Yeah.
Now you don't have that. Now you just look at the actual time.
Not better times.
Not better times. When your mom would handle the time. You
can manipulate
the time
because it was better times.
It was better times. Thank you, Steve.
Couple more here.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Yeah, we get.
Thank you.
TC says, I got in my 1996 F-150 yesterday and freaked out that I was an hour late for work.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
Don't freak out.
Wow. 1996 F-150.
I bet that was a sweet ride. Ooh. I bet that is. Thank you.
Still is, probably.
Yes.
Sean in Omaha says, right on, Bill. My parents would wait for me to get home from college on Thanksgiving to change the clock on the VCR.
That's pure gold. Pure gold.
He had value.
Sean in
He
Omaha.
had value. We're going to wait to get home to change the clock on the
They
VCR.
probably were just.
And it's probably blinking and just for a full month.
It was blinking.
For a full month.
Joe in Boulder, by the way, thanks for the beer.
Joe,
in
thank
Boulder.
you.
Joe, I'm going to. Yes.
Butt heavies.
Yes. Tall boys.
He said,
it was incredible.
When I was driving back from the game on Sunday, I felt the sense of accomplishment on how to figure out how to change the clock in the car while driving and not crashing.
Nice.
That is nice.
Nice.
Way to go,
Very
hard
Joe.
to do. I've never even tried that.
No.
God, yeah, that was something. You lean on the youth if you have to change some things.
You really do.
You do. You go to the youth right like yeah,
you
we
really
can
do.
this.
And
I'm like Dominic knows. If I call him, it's something related to that.
And
what do you need?
Last one from Kyle Lincoln says, I remember growing up and 3 weeks prior to daylight savings time, the pastor giving constant reminders so people didn't miss. Remember, in 3 weeks. Remember, 2 weeks.
My grandpa Rudy would go for 2 weeks after, and he'd say something. For 2 weeks, he'd say, old time or new time? Old time or new time? For 2 weeks, he'd say it like that. What time is that? Old time or new time? He would stick. He'd be against it. He'd push back for the change of time. Old time or new time?
Better
times.
God,
better.
I wish you would do better. My only complaint about you is you should do better times more often. I just want
more than
better
twice
times.
a week.
I don't know. Does the youth text in? Do they want to hear about?
I want to hear
times?
more better times.
They need to know what they missed out on.
Ben, you have no idea what you missed.
Yeah,
God Almighty.
Yeah.
That is Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Hour 2 next. More on the Matt Rhule audio from yesterday on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of healthcare, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bozin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bozin on November 5th. Paid for by Bozin for Legislature.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxers on Saturday, November 9th with Vertex at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now's the perfect time to go with Nebraska football on a bye week. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time, play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers.
So-
I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So
Bill,
I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on Election Tuesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And what's going on with Shin Daddy today in Creighton at Midwest Bank, Bill?
The trot is a lot, so mark your spot.
Oh, that's 3 rhymes.
Yeah.
3.
The trot is a lot, so mark your spot. Turkey Trot, the 5K in Creighton on Thanksgiving Day. Shin Daddy's out marking it off today. He's out doing the route. He's doing the route. He's the route master. He's the one who starts. He starts the race.
Where's this at?
But in Creighton, Nebraska, on Thanksgiving morning.
Turkey Trot.
Yes, he will be shooting up shotgun start. He's
getting a pretty good jump on this.
He's getting a good jump. He's just marking it out like that, making sure that's the exact distance. So he is out right now marking off the Turkey Trot.
Does he run it?
And what's that? Oh, he'll run it. Yeah, he'll probably run it. Yeah, you know he would. What do you think?
Win it too.
Yeah, probably win it. Yeah,
4-minute pace.
Don't tell him he's gonna win it.
He's incredible. His fitness level is extremely high.
He's like a bull.
Yeah, he is. But just imagine Shindy just leading the masses through Creighton for the Turkey Trot.
I can.
He'll wear a little turkey hat.
Oh,
he'll wear a little costume, which is incredible. Yes.
So he'll be decked out of the costume and win the race.
Yes.
Amazing.
And mark.
That's hard to do.
Mark it. And mark
That's hard to
mark
do.
the course like that. And then
it's hard to
he'll
do.
walk the course when he gets done if there's any trash. If there's any trash.
And help anybody stragglers.
And give him encouragement.
Yep.
All the way through like that. Jake, do you have anything for breaking news?
I think we do. What do you have for us, Bill?
The first report's back in from the East Coast. Trump is winning. The first report is back in from the East Coast. So an early lead. Early lead
in the election.
Yeah, early lead in the election. Just letting people know what's going on up there. Trump has taken an early lead.
Okay.
Yes.
Early lead in the East Coast.
In the East Coast.
Okay.
Yes, the polls open at 8 a.m.
Yes,
here, is that right?
What's that?
Polls open
Do you have
here?
any commentary on it?
That's
Do you have
all
any
we know.
analysis?
No analysis.
We're just giving you updates. We're just giving you updates.
Just giving you
show.
updates right now.
Any opinion on this matter?
An early lead right now doesn't mean anything.
Would you like to share any opinions, Jay?
It's like being ahead in the.
I'll reserve it for after the show. How about that?
Just want to let the people know what's going on out there in New York City.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
There's the early update on the election early in the wee hours of the morning here.
He's like Wolf Blitzer. He's like Wolf.
He is. Okay. Thank you, Bill. 464-5685. Call or text as always. Back to some audio from Matt Rhule yesterday. Sip, you had a couple clips we've not got to. We did not get to in the first hour. Excuse me. Let's get to the question about the running game and the overall offense. Here's Matt Rhule. The question was, does the lack of a running game surprise you? Here is Matt Rhule's answer to that yesterday at the press conference.
Yeah, I thought we would be playing better on offense than we are. I thought we'd run the ball better. I thought we would. I thought we'd have really good play action game. I thought we'd be better on third. I mean, I thought we would be. I thought we would be playing better than we are. And again, even within the games, there's times, around 20-7, down 10-0, the drive to answer. I think there's moments where I'm like, okay, that's what it looks like. It's just not consistent enough. And against Ohio State, we move the ball, we go on and score against Ohio State 4 times, we just get held to field goals. And so there was a lot of work this week on the red zone, and, we were able to get in twice, but I thought we would be further along than we are.
Struggling for answers. I mean, he is. That's very apparent, and they're struggling for answers. It's obvious when they really get in the deep red zone, just running a lot of plays to get in the end zone. So there's not a lot of answers right now. Some of that is, that puts some, there's a lot of pressure on Dylan Raiola.
Yes.
Right now. And now I think he was asked about.
The question was this: what is different now than the start of the season when you watch film with Dylan?
Oh, okay.
Here's Matt Rhule on that yesterday.
Well, I didn't watch anything with him this week just because he's been getting treatment all day and getting MRIs and all those things. But, we're playing better people. And, one of the reasons why, when I recruited Dylan, and when I recruited Danny, I sort of talked about hey, come here and this is an opportunity if you can win the job. One of the benefits is playing early, and you go through, and when you play early, everything's not going to be a sunny day, and you learn how to handle all the different things that you see, and you have tough moments and you overcome them. So I think this is unbelievable, invaluable experience for Dylan. When it's good, it's good. And there's been some tough moments, right? And it's you throw the pick 6, but he doesn't quit. He goes back out and brings us back into the game. Heinrich comes out, he takes us down the field. So, I just this is the Big Ten. This is a whole new world, a whole different league, and every week you have to be at your best. We haven't been consistent enough, but I think for a young freshman quarterback, this is on the job. This is on the job training. This is on the job learning. I mean, they're bringing. They took both. We've had. This is not an excuse. This is not an excuse, but we have seen difference. We've had 3 straight teams coming off a bye, going into our 4th one. We've seen so many different things about, the third down packages we've seen people cook up for us. It's nothing, and so you're on the side and Dylan's having to compute it and learn it, as are the O linemen. And then in the second half, I thought we were better. I think at one point we were like 1 for 7. And then I think we finished much better than that. So if you can just weather the storm as a young player, you say to yourself, what am I supposed to be learning? And then you learn all these things. And that's, like we played Tom Brady when I was in Carolina. We kept bringing this like zero look against him, and we got him a couple times. And then the third time he threw us a glance against us. He signaled it and he saw it and burned us. And it's like, he has such a Rolodex in his brain. I think Dylan's building a Rolodex that, while it's frustrating right now, if he weathers the storm, he'll have so much experience. And as things get better, he'll be a unique player.
Yeah, there's a trick, right? He's got to learn on the job, but at the same time, you don't want to. This isn't just an experiment. You got to win games. It's a trick, right? There's a trick to it. He's learning on the job, which is good, but he's still got to win.
Absolutely. Right? It's a fine line, but what he's saying is correct. There's nothing better. Well, I'd say this. The thing that stands out to me is that sometimes when you take it with I think it was the Houston Texans and Carr went there as the number 1 pick, and he got sacked seemed like 100 times.
Yep.
He got beat up so bad.
A ton of sacks.
He got no, it wouldn't be it was his brother.
Oh, it was his brother.
David Carr.
I'm sorry, Bill.
David.
David. That's right. I forgot about that. Go ahead.
He got beat up so bad that he never recovered from it. So it wasn't like, it was learning experience. So I think right now the positive is there's learning experiences for the quarterback, but he's not just getting beat up where it's just taking body blows and because that can happen to you too. It happens in the NFL a lot. Or you say that you put him out there and you just get the living crap beat out of you, and you might never be right again. Right. It just happens to you. So that's a positive that he's learning, but it's not. Yeah, he's taking shots. He gets hit. Some I get, but it's not like it wasn't what Carr went through.
No, the protection is not horrible.
No, not at all.
Here's the deal. They have these blitzes are causing problems, though, and people are dialing up effective blitzes against Nebraska. It's not they're not just getting the hell blitzed out of them, but they've been effective, which Rhule addressed there. Oh, by the way, Dylan is what he has is a back contusion, spine contusion, back and spine contusions. He's spasming. He would have been questionable for this week, but Rhule thinks he'll be available next week. Probably something to watch, however. It doesn't sound great. Back contusion, spine contusion. Sounds
the word
painful.
Contusion just doesn't sound good.
Sounds painful. But Rhule did say if they played this week, he'd be questionable, but next week he should be okay. Ramir Johnson, however, what do you say about Ramir?
Is it ankle?
Ankle.
Is that right?
Questionable.
Those for a running back, an ankle, really hard.
That's rough.
Really hard.
You ran pretty well in that game.
What was the question about the talent gap, Sip?
Okay, so Sam asked him a good question, basically about just the talent in the Big Ten and what the gap is like between some teams. I'm kind of botching the question, but Rhule, it'll become evident in his answer. It was an interesting answer.
It's a great question. I don't think there's much difference. I think when Ohio State's at a whole, probably a whole other level. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I think at UCLA is a really talented team. Okay. You look at the kid, if they didn't recruit them, they're transfers from Notre Dame and USC. They're not good players. I coached at UCLA. UCLA's never had a shortage of talent. There's a ton of great players at UCLA. I think you look at Indiana. Indiana's got really talented players too. The quarterback Rourke. He was 10 wins and 10 wins, I think, at Ohio. I mean, he's a winner. And so what they've done is they've just brought over a whole bunch of guys who know how to win. They won at James Madison, they won at Ohio, and they know how to win. And so I don't see huge drop-offs when we face different teams. It's kind of like there's a certain level. Some teams have better O-lines and D-lines, and that's really what I think makes the difference. And some teams have better quarterbacks. And so that, at the end of the day, when you face a veteran quarterback who's played a lot of football and they're in tune, they're hard to stop. When Garbers was in tune, then we started getting some pressure on him, and then all of a sudden it changed a little bit. If we do a little bit better job of protecting Dylan early on, he's probably in a little bit more rhythm. So it goes back to hey, these are reps you put in your brain, you develop, you grow from, and you become better. So, but I don't see a major difference.
Here's what he's talking about. Now, again, this is just my opinion. Here's what he's talking about. Minnesota's a 6-win team right now. 4 wins in the Big Ten, 4-2.
They look really good.
4 straight
They look
wins,
real good. They're not that much better than UCLA. I mean, the game with UCLA had them on the ropes.
They did.
Should have beat them.
21-17.
I don't think Minnesota's much better than UCLA. Now, people really hammer me on saying before the game they're okay. I'm not saying they're not a bowl team. They're not severe limitations, but they're not. Minnesota's not appreciably better than UCLA. And if you don't believe me, just watch the game.
We said UCLA should have won that game.
UCLA had them on
a
the
great
ropes.
chance to win the game.
Had them on the ropes. So yeah, I don't. No, there's Ohio State is at another level, and I'm not putting UCLA on Penn State's level or anything like that.
Let's not forget about Oregon, that team out there.
Good point.
Might never forget
Yeah,
about Oregon.
surprising. I'm
they're pretty good.
Yeah, they beat the Ohio State.
Yeah, they're pretty. And also, at that time,
Oregon
thank you,
Bill.
was playing good. They still weren't playing great when they played Ohio State.
Now they're ascending.
Now
they're
they're a way different. Because guess what? Because now Dylan Gabriel's been with these guys a lot longer. All these things, so they're getting better all the time.
I give Rhule a pass on not including Oregon. I don't give myself a pass. I mean, he's in a tougher situation. He hasn't faced. Oregon.
Also he hasn't faced Oregon.
Right.
So when he was talking, he's just talking about teams that he's faced.
saw,
so it makes complete sense.
As we assess Nebraska, there is some actual breaking news regarding a Nebraska opponent coming up. So I'm going to play the sounder. Ready for that? You guys haven't seen this yet? As of 15 minutes ago, there is a change at USC. Not at head coach, though. When Nebraska plays at USC in 2 weeks, this is per on 3. Head up! USC will start Jaden Maeva over Miller Moss at quarterback. Miller Moss will not be
That's not good news.
QB1 for the Trojans when the Huskers head there next Saturday. That is news as of 15 minutes ago on 3.
Bill did call that. That's not good news for Nebraska because Maeva will run.
He can run much better. He can run much better. It'll open up the offense a little bit more. But they had to make that change. There was nowhere you were going anywhere at 4 and 5. You have to say, okay, where are we at? And so they had to make the change. He runs the ball. So now you'll see more scramble. You'll see more legs. You'll see more things.
The good news is that Nebraska will know and have to.
Yeah, and so that's kind of surprising that they made that announcement that far out. So they'll be pouring over UNLV film from last year.
Bill? Why would you make that announcement?
I think eventually it's kind of like there's just no secrets hardly anymore. Let's just say that. Just complete hypothetical. There's a change of quarterback at Nebraska. Would you have any idea?
Yes,
you probably would. So sometimes that's my
point.
Point
is, no, that's a
my
good
point is
yeah.
it's like anymore because here's what happens is you got to remember this also. It's so impossible to keep anything because at practice they're like all of a sudden it's like you have a son on the team.
Somebody
he's just talking to your parents. What's going on? Well, they changed quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden somebody in Stromsburg now knows that, they know they changed quarterbacks. Well, he's going to tell someone at Casey's that they changed quarterbacks. So it's going to get out. So there's not much the old everything in the house stays in house. That just really doesn't exist.
It's hard. Certain things maybe, but not that.
Yeah. Certain things might, but it's always like
not quarterback.
It's really hard.
Quarterback's almost like a coaching change.
Yeah, it really is. But that is and they had to do that. That had to happen.
They're 4 and 5.
USC
is 4 and 5.
That makes that game harder.
What it does for USC is it'll give them some hope They'll be like, okay, I have to make this change. We have to do this. And then all of a sudden, so the quarterback now will be very spirited to play well. And also he might be able to get him out of some binds with scrambles more than what Moss could do.
Before I go too far down the road, it's a big improvement for USC. How's he throw it? Does he throw it?
It's pretty good. I mean, he was they went and got him. You know that, so they went with
Moss beat him out.
They went with an NIL deal, and again, how much did he beat him out? I don't know, because sometimes you sit there and you say, "Here, this was the deal at Ohio State." The rumor is that Joe won the job in the spring, and they're like, "No, we're not going with Joe because help me on the name, R.I.P.
Dwayne Haskins.
Haskins, yes, who had beat Michigan the year before, beat him bad, and they're like, we have something, we have a data point to look at, so they went with Haskins, and then Joe said, I'm transferring, and then that's when I got in contact with him, and we got him to LSU.
The rest is history.
Yeah, so just think about that though. Sometimes you sit there and go like, well, he just threw 6 touchdowns in the bowl game, so it's about even. Well, and he probably has the locker room better too. He probably has the locker room better because he knows everybody. And so, and to make the move right now, like you said, if they're going to make it, I mean, that move is made, probably on the flight home. It's like, hey, we're making a change at quarterback. So
hey, check me on something on that talent discussion. I'm just throwing this out there. If you put Michigan and UCLA on a neutral field right now, is it a decisive Michigan victory?
No.
God bless you.
No.
See, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but what I see from Michigan and then what I saw from UCLA, I would say that's a tight game.
Be a good football game.
The reason is because
so don't disrespect UCLA.
It's just the record.
But the matchup works though, Steve, is that they're not very good in pass defense. They're really bad. UCLA is, but that's not what Michigan does.
Right.
And UCLA has got good run defense.
Yep.
So for that reason, if it was opposite that, I'd be like going, no,
Trouble.
probably decisive, probably a 17-point game because Michigan will just run the ball every down. But they match up with
pretty well.
You have a certain matchup with them.
And Garbers is a handful.
Garbers is a good quarterback.
He's a handful.
Yeah.
Yes. Before we get to break, a quick plug for our friends at Trade-Offs. What a place. Grain marketing experts are the gurus. They know everything about grain marketing, Bill.
The gurus of grain, the commodity king. That's what they are. They've got Tyler Reagan. He's from O'Neill.
What a last name.
Tyler Reagan. He's from O'Neill.
What a majestic last name.
And he's super tall.
Is he?
Super tall. He's the power forward of commodities.
He's
the power forward of commodities.
He's like Andre Drummond of commodities.
Yes, exactly what he is. I don't even know who Andre Drummond is, but let me know that.
A lot of rebounds.
Yeah, rebounds. Yes. The power
former
forward.
Piston.
The former Piston. Like that. Is he like the big fundamental?
Not that good, but he claims he's
the
best rebounder in the world.
He's very good rebounder.
That's pretty good. Can you imagine being that if I wanted to have someone have a name that you got forwarded to you, imagine being called the big fundamental.
Oh yeah.
That's incredible.
That's just a cool name.
That's a big, what are you? I just do everything fundamentally sound, and I'm
better than you, by the way.
And if they go Mount Rushmore, and right now Tyler Reagan is on the Mount Rushmore of commodities.
Is he?
He's on the Mount Rushmore of commodities. Yes.
He should be proud.
So he's just like, so if you have Mount Rushmore, the top 5, no, Tim Duncan's never in it. If they go starting 5, he's always in it. Take the best power forward, it's him. That's the guy that I take on the team. And so that's exactly what Tyler is. Reagan. Who's that remind you of?
Ron.
Yeah.
Majestic.
Former actor that took over the country.
He did.
Yes, he did.
What a man.
Yes, he did.
What a great man.
Jake, real quick.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hang on. Here we
A lot
go.
of it.
Breaking news. 3
Come on, Wolf.
Yes, Bill.
Harris tied it up. They're all even. All even. Harris tied it up.
Kidding me.
No, dead even out there on the East Coast
You're
right now.
kidding me.
Dead even, yes.
Get
to the polls. Get to the polls. It's dead even right now.
I would like some commentary.
Jake, do you want to add anything on?
Is there
I would say this. Go to gotradeos.com.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
GOTRE.
Tyler Reagan.
DAS.com. When we come back,
the Mount Rushmore.
NFL winners and losers next on Early Break of the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited. All built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet GMC, wanting to thank you all again for your continued service. November is off and running. Check this out. Get up to $12,000 off or 0% financing on select new vehicles. We have great lease specials with new Trax and Trailblazers starting at $299 per month and new Blazer EVs leasing for $399. Great payments, discounts, and of course, 0% financing. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at couplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All finance with approved credit, leases with $2,500 down.
This show's pretty rockin', huh?
Yeah, I'm so glad my State Farm agent helped me go.
Huh?
My State Farm agent. They help me with options to personalize my auto insurance to get a great rate that fits my budget, so I don't have to give up the things I love.
Wow. Hey, so do you think I could get your State Farm agent's number?
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Kreekak, at 402-474-1173.
Individual premiums and budgets will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
My husband has always been the one we depend on. He's a great dad, loves the outdoors.
But lately, he hasn't been himself. He tried to hide it, but I can tell he's struggling with his mental health. I called the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
988 calls and texts are free and confidential with skilled caring support 24/7. No judgment, just help.
988 saved my husband's life.
Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxers on Saturday, November 9th with Vertex at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now's the perfect time to go with Nebraska football on a bye week. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, and we will get to winners and losers in a second, but if you missed the news during the end of the last segment, Jordan
It's all tied
Mava-
up.
No, not that one.
Oh, sorry.
Jordan Mava will be the quarterback for USC when Nebraska plays at the Trojans next Saturday.
Big news.
Which, by the way, is going to be a 3 p.m. kickoff this time.
That's big news,
1
too.
p.m. USC
You
time.
know, I thought about that. That should be it. Most likely, you're gonna have an incredible day. It'll probably be about 72 degrees, or sunny, in the Coliseum.
I can't wait.
That's super cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
So what? So say the time again.
3 p.m. kickoff this time. 1 p.m.
That time. Okay.
Pacific time.
No, there will be, because the Californians from Nebraska is a different group. There'll be an entourage of Nebraska fans, and there won't be very much for USC fans.
No.
There won't
Overall
be.
crowd of probably 50.
About 50, like that, and there'll be 10,000 from Nebraska. Yeah. Because right now it's, like I said, it's ugly out there. That's. I mean,
This could inspire them. Quarterback change.
Imagine being 4-5 in
2-4
in year 3.
I think they're 2-4 in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's rough waters for Lincoln Riley for sure.
Yeah, especially when Oregon, also in their first year in the league, is doing very well. They haven't lost a game yet. They can't say, well, it's new conference. Well, they're doing pretty well in the new conference. They beat Ohio State.
Washington's hanging in there pretty well.
They've won 19 in a row at home. Can you imagine that?
It's amazing.
19 in a row.
And USC was inside the 10-yard line to close the game. They had a chance to win outright.
They had two. Yeah, they had two real good chances late and came up short. But that's a good change for them. I just my early thought on that game is Nebraska's got to crank up its run game. I think you can run it on USC.
Agreed.
They're different. They're different than UCLA. Yeah. They're smaller up. They're way small up front.
Nebraska ran the ball respectably against Ohio State. Not great.
They did,
but it was respectable
at times. Yeah,
at times.
Absolutely.
It is time for
what are we gonna do, Jake?
Week 9.
Oh, geez.
NFL winners and losers. Let's fire
2-minute offense.
Yeah. This, of course, is sponsored by our friends at Fuhrer's Cheese Spread, the king of every tailgate and the king of all your chilies, as Bill would say. Put Fuhrer's in your chili.
Yes. A dollop.
A dollop in most local grocers.
Whoop. Do it, Ben.
The sound effect of that.
Good job, Ben. Good job.
All right, to the winners of Week 9 in the NFL. Number 1 winner, they just keep rolling. They lost the Browns last week, which is bad. But the Baltimore Ravens are hosting the Denver Broncos. They were playing some good football, and they just massacred them. 41-10. Lamar Jackson has had 3 perfect games of QBR this year.
If there's one team that I wouldn't want to play as a defensive coordinator, it would be the Ravens. I couldn't imagine looking at a quarterback that can run like that, and then Derrick Henry's back there with him.
He has over 1,000 yards already
through Week 9.
Yeah, he has over 1,000.
He could get 2,000 this year.
He's looking at a special year at that age,
and he's in year 9.
I think 9 or 10. One of the two.
That would be 1,500. Would be remarkable.
How did the league allow him to sign with the Ravens? Nobody else wanted to stand up and sign Derrick Henry.
It was
really.
It was almost like when the Grizzlies sent Pau Gasol
to the Lakers.
To the Lakers. It's like,
really?
What? We just sent one of the best players in the league to go with Kobe? What are we
Nobody
doing?
wanted to get in
front
of that one.
This
Good
one?
NBA knowledge.
I'll try to add to it.
That was good.
Number 2, somehow in Week 9, the Detroit Lions played their first outside game of the season. All domes before this, and they go into the crappy weather, the rain, the cold of Green Bay. Said, we're good. 24-14 Lions beat the Packers.
Wow, are they
7-1 are the Detroit Lions.
Did you see the cheese grater head? The guy that instead of wearing the cheese hat, the guy from Detroit wore a grater.
I like
that.
a
cheese grater.
Ooh, that is good.
That was very good. Yes.
You know, Jared Goff is the first player in NFL history to win 3 straight games at Lambeau Field.
Say that again.
Jared Goff, the first player, besides somebody playing for the Packers, the first opponent to win 3 straight games at Lambeau Field.
Whoa.
How about that?
I'm pulling so hard for Detroit. I'm pulling really hard.
They're very good. And they just added, by the way, this morning, Zadarius Smith, pass rusher from the Browns. So they have somebody to hopefully fill Hutchinson's.
Yeah.
Well, what they need right now is real simple. In the NFL, you build it for, this is not trying to build a team to win 4 Super Bowls. They're not trying to win 1. Just win 1. And so this is their year.
Oh, they'll have a shot.
Get everybody they can.
Number 3 winner in the last night, the Chiefs beat the Bucs 30-24. Entertaining game and also crappy weather. DeAndre Hopkins, 2 touchdowns in his debut with the Chiefs. The Chiefs, it's not always pretty, but they're 8-0. They are 8.
It's incredible.
And you can't take that away from them. 8-0. The Chiefs. Number 4 winner, Joe Burrow is back. 5 touchdowns in a rout of the Raiders, 41-24. Their defense still is not great in Cincy, but they can outscore teams when they're hot. 41 points, 5 touchdowns, and none of those to Jamar Chase, by the way. How about that?
The Raiders
gave up 5 touchdown passes and they fired the OC. What? What just happened?
New head coach coming.
And number 5, this pains me, but I had to give props to Tyler Bass, the Buffalo Bills kicker, who missed an extra point in the game. Comes back with a 61-yard kick right down the middle to beat the Dolphins 30-27. Bills are 7-2. Dolphins are 2-6. Played a good game, but lost. To the losers, the Saints are the easiest loser of the week. They lost to the Panthers and fired their head coach. 7 straight losses. They were 2-0. They had the best offense for 2 games, and it all fell apart. 23-22. Saints lose to the Panthers. Dennis Allen is gone as head coach, fired yesterday. By
Dennis
the
Allen had been with the Saints for how many years?
Several years.
I'm like 20. I mean, he was an assistant.
He was with the Raiders at one point before that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he'd been there for a long time.
There was a TikTok video of after the game, one of the big linemen just walked right by the locker room, and the guys were like, "Hey, bro, you good? Where are you going?" They had to retrieve him. Like he was just that despondent.
I believe that Cam Jordan, one of their better defensive players, also tweeted out, "We just lost to the Panthers" on Twitter. It was his account, legitimate. Said, "We just lost to the Panthers."
They fired Dennis Allen.
Not good. Cowboys, 27-21 losers to the Falcons.
That's unbelievable.
And Dak Prescott out for at least a couple weeks with a hamstring injury. They're 3-5. Their offense is struggling. Their defense is struggling. They're going nowhere fast. Mike McCarthy, woo, uh-oh.
So Dak's hurt, Parsons is hurt, and Lamb's hurt.
Right. They have nothing going for him right now.
Lamb played, but he's clearly got a bad shoulder.
He's not the same guy.
He's got a bad shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3-5, and they're heading for more losses to come with Cooper Rush now in at quarterback, who, by the way, was good a couple years ago when he filled in for injured Dak, but not the same team around him. Number 3 loser. Last week, the Bears had the game 1 against the Commanders before they decided to take the Hail Mary play off and lose.
That was unbelievable.
They threw a clunker against the Cardinals 29-9. And for some reason, again, in the blowout, Caleb Williams, who had been hit all game long, was in with like a minute to go, down 20, took a really hard hit, took some big criticism for having him in the game when the game was over with a minute to go. The Bears, 29-9 losers, not going the right direction. They had a great start. Falling apart in Chicago.
Just think about that. Just think that game doesn't happen if they win the other game.
Don't give up a Hail Mary. They probably win the game.
That talk about one game beating you and just changing a season.
Yes.
How a season can change on one play, and it changed.
And by the way, in that game at halftime, the Cardinals were 60 yards away and ran for a touchdown to end the half. Yeah. It was Hail Mary defense, and they just ran and the guy didn't get touched. DeMercado, the running back, didn't get touched for 60 yards, half over.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, we'll show you the highlight.
Oh, I got to see that. Ben, pull that up for me.
How long has that head coach been there?
Who? Cardinals?
Bears.
2 or 3 years? 3 years?
0-18 on the road.
What?
He's lost.
Timeout.
He's never won a road game.
Never got on a plane and said, guys, good job.
So pathetic. This is the NFL.
Say it one more time.
0-18 on the road. Saw it on TikTok.
Matt
yesterday.
Eberflus.
Yeah, Eberflus is 0-18 on the road.
Number 4 loser, Geno Smith.
Double check that, Ben.
Nice drive to get to overtime, but he threw 3 picks, including a 103-yard pick six, 2 red zone interceptions. But they were both horrible. And the Seahawks lose on their home field to the Rams 26-20. Little regression for Geno Smith the last couple weeks.
Really?
And number 5, they have some injury problems, but the Texans did not look good on Thursday night. They lose 21-13 to the Jets. I still love Stroud, the quarterback. I still love the coach, D'Amico Ryans, but they have some injuries that are hurting them right now. And that is your Week 9 NFL winners and
Great job,
losers.
Jake. You do that so well.
Stroud was sacked 8 times.
8 times.
Eberflus was right. That was right. What Ben? What are you saying?
Oh, he gave you a round of applause in that. stat.
What's the record again on the road?
0-18.
He's an NFL coach.
That's
And
not
they're
good.
4-4. I mean, they're a solid team this year. He's lost.
I always
He's never
say
won on the road.
Anytime numbers are crazy in the NFL, it freaks me out because everything's equal.
Pretty much.
I mean, you draft higher if you're not good.
Yeah.
The salary cap is the same. You get the same number. Like you said, some maybe in Nebraska currently, maybe they have 150 players on the team. Some teams have 90 players on the team. That's it. Or maybe even 85. Some are lower than
all
that.
even.
Should be. Go out to Colorado and just count their players practicing today. It'll be somewhere probably around 75 or 80 players on the team. That's it. That's all they have. But no, not in the NFL. It's all even.
Yeah, and so a lot of it's decision by management.
This decision,
and there's some bad ones.
You can look back and go decision. It's about all it is, decision making.
Oh, Sunday road games. 0-18 on Sunday road games. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. 0-18 on Sunday road. He's never got on a plane
on
Sunday
That's
and
terrible.
said, "Hey guys, get your
Get a Dove ice cream bar and enjoy yourself on the flight home."
It is
Ben.
It is.
Thank you again.
It is time to play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-568-5. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe.
Yesterday we were
0-1
horrible.
on the week. Rough loss today.
Hasn't changed our numbers up there though.
It is election day. Today's topic is past election results. Who lost the elections? You know who won the election.
Oh, now we're gonna
Who lost?
Now we're gonna look stupid.
Civics class.
Yeah, civics. This is
If you think
bad.
you know your civics, who finished second
I
place in the
don't.
elections of the past?
Mossman, text in.
Let's see how you do.
Keith, man, help.
Keith, yes.
464-568-5. Shut up, Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip and Bill and trivia. Past election results are topic today
Might be
on
okay.
this election
I don't think
day.
it
Oh, it could be.
You guys you don't
There's
feel great
3 or
about it.
4, I think I can get.
Okay. Mike is our caller. How do you feel about past election results, Mike?
Pretty good. I was a history major.
You guys are screwed. You guys are screwed.
Thanks, Mike. This is awesome.
Well, I guess your best hope is getting the tiebreaker here today. So let's see how this goes. Mike, first question to you. Bill, a lifeline for Sip for one question. Who did George H.W. Bush defeat in the 1988 election?
Got it.
Steve has the answer.
I think so.
4.
5 seconds here.
He was a senator from Minnesota.
2.
5.
I can't think.
1.
Blanking on the name.
Go guess. I'll give you the horns at a time.
Hornet.
God, I mean, isn't that Walter Mondale?
Michael Dukakis.
Mondale wasn't Mondale like in the 70s.
I said 1988. Michael.
I thought he made a rerun at it.
He did not.
We're down.
So
one.
Mike didn't get the question right. He's still up after that. 0 to -1.
Oh God.
I thought he made a rerun. Dukakis and Mondale are roughly the same person. They're roughly the same.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
To get it back tied up, you're down 0 to -1. Who did Bill Clinton defeat in the 1996 election?
Come on, think about this.
Okay, hang on. Give me a second.
Yeah. Clinton.
96.
Clinton. Is that a
5 seconds.
I was living
was that a Bush?
fired away. I don't know.
4.
A Bush.
No.
One of the Bushes.
No.
One of the Bush boys.
No, Bush family in 96. Mike, do you want that one or not?
No.
That'd be Bob Dole.
Oh, Bob Dole
Ooh.
from Kansas.
Bob Dole.
Senator from Kansas.
That name came across my mind. I go, nope. That would had to be earlier than that.
Okay.
Esteemed Bob
This is
Dole.
for the win, Mike,
Oh,
the
God.
history teacher. Who did George W. Bush defeat in the 2004 election?
History major.
It wasn't Gore.
Ooh.
It was
Jake, give him a countdown.
5, 4,
2,
3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Mike, no, okay. It's 0 to negative. You don't have that one?
So we don't need to take.
You don't. Well, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You gotta get this next one right though to go to the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Passing. John Kerry.
Oh, no way.
John Kerry.
No way I would have got it.
To force the tiebreaker on our past election trivia.
Hey, the history teacher's not killing it right now.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
For the tie.
Come on, Bill, lock in.
Who did Barack Obama defeat in the 2008 election?
We should know that one. That
Yeah,
wasn't very
that's
long
pretty
ago.
recent, yeah.
That was pretty recent.
2008 Obama beat.
Bill's in play for you. By the way.
When he says it, we're gonna really feel.
I would
bad.
agree with that.
Come on,
5
This is an
seconds
obvious
to tie
answer.
this up. It's 0 to negative 1.
It's a male.
It is. It's a man. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3,
Who did he beat, Bill?
2.
One of the Bush boys again.
One of the Bush boys.
The Arizona man, John McCain.
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
McCain.
Yeah.
John McCain.
Hard to get that.
God, I thought.
Mike,
No.
Mike, it wasn't pretty, but you get bagels. Congratulations and
Really
calling down the
cool.
road.
okay. Thank you.
There we go.
Nice job.
Wasn't
Yeah,
pretty.
great
but-
job.
Boy, we're struggling again.
Well, okay. Let's
It's a
get-
bye week,
this-
though.
This is
we
for-
always struggle in bye weeks. We do.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Sips go to the basketball game on the bye week
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Mhm.
This is for Bill. Bill, how old was Bob Dole when he passed away in 2021?
91.
Oh,
Sip.
God, that's what I was gonna guess. So I don't know what to do here. Over 91.
How about 98 years old
Good
for
job,
Bob Dole?
Nice job, Steve.
It's a long
Good job
life
by you too.
for Bob.
91. Bob. The
Yeah, I would have never-
esteemed Bob Dole.
But that would have never went 98. Didn't think it was that. That's a nice.
We
job.
went 0 for 4 on the questions today.
Not good. That's a good. That was.
I'm not sure
that
which
was a
one.
very
I'm not sure which one I'm most disappointed about of the misses there.
Dukakis.
Which one do you feel the worst about? Let's go with that. Personally,
McCain, because I can remember it now.
most recent one
Yeah.
on here. Yeah.
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 I mean, I remember a lot of those, but a lot of them run together, and I can't come up with those names off the top of
Yes.
my head sometimes. I probably know a little bit more than you think.
Just didn't prove that today, though.
It's probably my mantra. I probably know a little more than you think.
Is that another book?
Yeah, it could be. That's not a bad.
I
book
miss out on
title.
all the fun. I know more than you think.
Mine would
Probably
just be
know more than you
opposite.
think.
I know a lot less than what you think. I know way
Bill,
less.
that's Bill's retort.
We'll both write a book.
We could make dueling books.
You'd be surprised at what I don't know.
Which one would
You'd
do
be
better?
shocked. You know what you'd be utterly shocked at what I really don't know.
The spillover is
Yeah,
next
the
on early
spillover.
break on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, this is Investigator Joe Villamonte with the Lincoln Police Union, asking you to vote for Carolyn Bosin for legislator. As a prosecutor, Carolyn Bosin has always supported law enforcement to keep our community safe. Carolyn Bosin has the experience we need. Carolyn Bosin is the only choice for legislator to keep our community safe. Join the law enforcement community in voting to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th.
Paid for by Bosin for Legislature.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
It's the greatest time of the year again. Kickoff is here and football is officially back. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and this year you can too. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code EARLY, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code EARLY to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 19 plus in Nebraska and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Transform your view with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything while keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day with patchy fog possible. Otherwise, probably sunny and a high around 54. Tonight, probably cloudy skies with a low around 36. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies and light winds with a high around 55. Meteorologist Kyle Clifford from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
We're on the air. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the Spillover with Raf and AD, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. Gentlemen, good morning. Nebraska basketball tried to help us with the disheartening loss to UCLA. Wasn't pretty, but they're 1-0. Won the game.
Yeah.
87-67, and Sip was at the game. He was at Pinnacle Bank Arena for that slugfest.
Generally pretty good. I mean, it was a generally okay performance. I mean, I think Fred probably is happy his team got pushed. They're going to have to gel with this new roster, largely new roster, but there's definitely things to feel good about. And as among the new players, I'd feel best about Raleigh Worcester. I told Jake.
Utah transfer.
Yeah, I told Jake he is, I mean, behind Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary, he's the most valuable guy in that team. And he might be the second most valuable guy in the team behind Bryce Williams.
You know, Sip, I still have some really bad nightmares about the first year of Fred Hoiberg. They lost to UC Riverside by 20 points.
Okay, I can remember that.
20 points. It wasn't close. I mean, they got smoked by a horrible team from a bad conference. And I just can't get that out of my memory. So last night to again, have a tight game, win by 20, I can deal with that. I can work with that. Can't deal with another bad loss to a team like that, though.
No, and that team pressed Nebraska into the final 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Let Nebraska took control.
Watching that, I was watching
What'd you
that
think?
game on Big Ten Plus. I was having my iPad here, and I was watching the Monday Night Football game. I was starting to get feelings of Incarnate Word.
Were you?
Same state, because Incarnate Word is in San Antonio, a little small school that's like a pebble on the map. But I'm thinking, okay, because midway through the second half, you guys, with about 5 minutes left, it was still close.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it got close. It was close with 6 minutes to go.
With 5 minutes to go, it was a 4-point game.
Yeah, they were within 4.
It was a close game.
Yeah.
So I'm looking back and forth. I'm like, okay, we're not running away from these guys.
When did we get a pull away? This is cute, guys. Come on. Haha. That's very nice.
They did have Nebraska led by as much as 14, I believe. 59-44. And
they won by 20.
Yeah. They led 59-44, and then Rio Grande Valley came back and cut it to 4. And then I'm telling you, Sejan was huge. He hit a huge 3 to give them breathing room at 72-65, and followed with 2 free throws, and then followed with another basket. And that was it. They got ahead 76-65, and then they were comfortable the rest of the
Well, they were hot at first. UT from the 3-point range. They were making everything, it seemed like, in the first half. They shot fairly high, Matt. I'm like, well, eventually hopefully they slow down.
They made 8 threes in the first half.
Yeah.
They were 5 of 16 in the second half. It's important to remember that this is a team that you point out earlier in the show, Sip, that Nebraska has 6 new scholarship players.
Yes. Yeah.
You've got 3 guys back from last year in Bryce Williams, Juwan Gary, and Sam Hoiberg. Sam didn't play last night. I guess I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He didn't play much.
He played 12 minutes, excuse me. But you have 3 guys back. It's very hard to gel this early. That's why it's just important. That's why I know we give crap at the schedule's so easy. It should be easy.
Yeah.
You're not ready for a Marquette or a team like that yet off the bat. Last night you see there's some upsets. South Carolina lost to North Florida. UCF beat A&M last night.
Right.
That stuff could happen if you play a team with the pulse.
I literally had to bring up my phone for the names. Because, like you said, there's only 3 guys on that team from last year. And I seriously was like, okay, who's this guy? Because we saw him when we signed him.
Yes.
But other than that, we just didn't see him a lot. So I literally had to get my phone out and look at the guy's names a number of times.
Raph, did you check it out? Did you see any of it?
I was just keeping tabs on the ESPN app or whatever. I didn't really watch much
the
of it.
ESPN app was horrible last night.
I had to watch the Chiefs.
Oh, yes. I know how you are. But it was interesting to see them. Fred's got work to do with this group, but there's promise. There's promise. A season can shoot it. Gavin Griffiths, you'd think will shoot it eventually. What was he last night, Jake?
He was 2 for 5 overall, 0 of 3 on threes.
Right. He's got to, he's got to make threes for them to be successful. Worcester's not a 3-point shooter, but I'm telling you, look at his numbers
last night, though. Yeah.
Look at his numbers.
1 for 1. Yeah, made 1 3. For those, go ahead.
Yeah, 18, 9, and 3, 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists.
4 steals.
Yep.
He's extremely valuable because he has the ball in his hands so often.
Just for a little bit of, if you haven't looked at this team at all, here's a quick fire hose for you about where these guys came from. Berke Buchtenchill is from UCLA. He's a starter. Braxton Mia is from Washington. He started last night.
He's in.
Raleigh Worcester is from Utah, starter. Andrew Morgan is from North Dakota State. He played well in 20 minutes. He had 10 points last night and 5 rebounds. Solid game. Connor Essegian is from Wisconsin. He had 13 points off the bench. Aaron Eulis was on the team last year, could not play. He's an Iowa transfer at point guard. And Gavin Griffiths is from Rutgers, who you mentioned had 4 points last night. There's a little bit of, hey, who are these guys? Well, there you go. If you forgot when they got them signed,
it's like the
there's
United Nations.
the fire hose.
That's college basketball.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's going
to be that way now.
Yeah.
In football as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a little more pronounced in basketball.
I agree.
It is,
I
especially with the
agree.
smaller rosters.
Yeah.
But that's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and AG is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete.